Hello guys, this is CHEN from your Home Soul Guarantee Realty. So today I'm going to share with you guys how to remove unwanted guests. If one of you is stuck in this kind of situation, it must be really suck. So I actually have a client of mine. She got a friend that started living at one of her units, and she initially started paying, and then she hasn't been paying for the past 10 months. But this one is a different situation. So again, my name is Ray Chen from your Home Soul Guarantee Realty. I'm not a lawyer. I'm here to talk about this situation that some of you may be in. If you need the legal assistance, make sure you get a lawyer. Okay, this is not a legal advice. Okay, so let's say if you have an adult child or friend or guest or roommate that wants to visit you and just stuck there and would not, no matter what you do, what you tell them, they just would not leave. So here's the procedure that you can do to remove them. But right now we're during coronavirus pandemic, so the situation is a little bit different. So you probably, even with this procedure, you probably cannot remove them until after the coronavirus. I do want you to make sure that you keep that in mind. Okay, so in California, what does it mean to be a unwanted house guest or roommate? What's the difference between an unwanted guest versus a tenant, right? What's the difference? Okay, so here's the couple of difference. Okay, the number one difference is in California, a tenant is considered a at-will tenant. At-will meaning that they're not a real tenant, right? They didn't pay the rent. So if all the conditions, following conditions met, then they're considered a at-will tenant. Number one, if the individual is living with you, they're occupying the property or a room within the property with you, the owner. Okay, that's number one. Number two criteria, there's no agreement for the property to be for a specific period of time. So you didn't tell him, hey, you can live here for a year, then you can leave, or you can live here for a month, then leave. There's no such agreement. Okay. Number three, the person occupying the property is not paying the rent. So as soon as they pay rent, then they're no longer at will tenant. Then they become a true tenant. Okay. So so that's the definition of what a at will tenant mean. Usually, they could be your adult children that they wouldn't leave, or they're your friend, that kind of situation. Okay, so now we're gonna talk about how to remove a at will tenant. So to terminate a tenancy at will, a California landlord must properly serve the tenant, unwanted guest, house guest, at will tenant, with a 30-day notice to vacate in compliance with both the California Civil Code and the Code of the Civil Procedure. Okay, so if you want to send them a 30-day notice, the best thing is still, like I said earlier, consult an attorney, get a legal help, professional legal help. Okay, so this whatever I'm talking about is not legal advice. Okay, we're just talking, just sharing information. So you still need to get a legal representation. Okay, so let's say if you serve them a 30-day notice, and if they fail to vacate the property or before the expiration of the date set forth in the notice, then the landlord, you still cannot change the lock. Okay, so at that time, you as the landlord, you will need to file a unlawful detainer eviction action against the tenant. This is a summary proceeding which is typically heard by the court within 45 days of the summons and the complaint being filed and served. But keep in mind, right now we're during coronavirus, so the court, they're not even reviewing these cases. Okay, so this is just for future reference. Okay, in the future, if you want to kick out your grown children, right? Okay, but let's say if your unwanted house guest did pay the rent at one time, then the unwanted guest may be entitled to a 60-day notice or quit. Okay, so if your unwanted house guest in California did pay rent at one time and has stayed at the premise for more than a year, then the owner would have to properly prepare in conformity with California law and serve not by email or text a 60-day notice to quit. Okay, so now if the unwanted guest has lived at the premise for less than a year, then again you are back to 30 days notice to quit. Caution is advised as special rules may apply if the unwanted guest is staying in an apartment or condo, a structure that is governed by any local rent control rules or Section 8. And of course, right now with the coronavirus, that's a special situation. So here's a short take on how to, kick out the, your adult grown children or unwanted guests or your friend that just stayed, didn't want to leave. So here's how you do it. Okay. So this is Ray Chen from your Home Sold Guarantee Realty. Again, we can get your home sold fast for top dollars. And there's the top 3 reasons. Number 1, we have 50,000 buyers in our system. Number 2, we can sell your home for at least 3 times faster than the average agent. Number 3, and we can sell your home for at least 3% more than the average agent. So this is Ray Chen. If you want to get your home sold, or even if you want to buy a home, we have many off-market homes on the market on the internet and the homes online. My number is 626-789-5768. 626-789-5768. I'll talk to you next time. So this is it for today. Okay.